Honorable John Waweru.
Honorable Speaker, I thank you. And I need to make my contribution for the speech that was made by the President, the State of the Nation address. And to my mind, this was a very well prepared speech and very well delivered. Madam Speaker, if this speech would be captured in one statement, it would be the analogy that the President used. The President, he himself said he is a farmer. And he said to us that if you're a farmer and you plant a seed, it would be very foolhardy of anybody to keep digging up the seed to see if it is germinating. Madam Speaker, if the Constitution of Kenya is a seed that we planted as a people, and we are here waiting to harvest the aspirations that we have espoused there as a people, if the Kenya Kwanza plan, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, and all the other Marshall plans that are out there are a seed that have been planted, Madam Speaker, then it is upon us as farmers to be able to cultivate on these seeds, to prune them, to take care of them, and even to get to that garden and check if we are seeing progress. Madam Speaker, if the bottom-up economic transformation agenda was a seed that was planted, we should be checking 2 years later, are we harvesting anything? And Madam Speaker, from the President's speech, it is clear that there are parameters that are telling us that we are in the right direction, Madam Speaker. We are on a direction of recovery. The President enumerated some of the successes that we are all seeing, Madam Speaker. That if it is the price of fuel, Madam Speaker, it has been consistently going down month by month. If it is the cost of living, the price of unga is not where it was in 2022. And the President told us that if we were to put it in a word, it would be what the Swahili said, that ukiona vielea, ujue vimeundwa. That it took a change of policy, shifting from subsidizing consumption to subsidizing production. And that is what has led to the reduction of the cost of living, especially the cost of basic goods like unga. Madam Speaker, the inflation in this country, from a high of 9% to now to a low of 2.6%. The last time we were at an inflation rate lower than 3% is more than 17 years ago, Madam Speaker. So the point I'm making here is that yes, there are plans that have been put out there. Yes, there has been implementation going out. And yes, there has been results, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, from the speech, the President is telling us that the situation is not business as usual. The situation calls for agility. It is calling for innovation. It is also calling for responsiveness, Madam Speaker. And that is why the President says that he is listening. And this House is also listening. And leaders are now being forced to listen, Madam Speaker, to hear what it is that the people are saying. Even as we become agile, Madam Speaker, as we become innovative, even as we become responsive, we also have to place responsibility where it has to be placed. Madam Speaker, it was in the President's speech that he spoke about the plans in the sector that the committee that I chair superintends on, the sector of the ICT and the digital economy. The President talked about rolling out 100 kilometers of fiber, about the Wi-Fi hotspots, about the digitization of government services, and even about the institution of digital innovation hubs, Madam Speaker. And for this to happen, Madam Speaker, it will not be just the work of the executive. It will take the cabinet to move on with him. The members of parliament have to also take their role, Madam Speaker, especially in the installation of digital innovation hubs, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, even the ministries themselves, the agencies, will have to be way more agile. They will have to do that which the President is calling for us to do, to be innovative in the approach, to be responsive, Madam Speaker, so that we take this farm that we call Kenya as farmers, as the President drew that picture, and see that we have planted a seed that we all must take care of, that we all must prune if we shall harvest the fruits that are espoused in the national anthem that say plenty be found within our borders. Madam Speaker, it was a great speech. It is for us to now implement it. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Janet Sitiene, member for Turbo.